February 3rd, 2015, a big day in election politics. 5 different candidates, Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, Scott Walker, Rand Paul, and Ted Cruz, have each announced their intention to run for president in 2016. Bizarrely, all 5 press conferences were held at James Madison University in Harrisonburg, Virginia. There were definitely some moments that stood out. For more, we go to NBC's coverage of the event.
I would honestly advise you to go back and review your questions and then ask me a better one later.
I would say that I'm a human being and we all make mistakes. That was one on my part.
I guess you can't say that Mama always knows best.
5 presidential campaign announcements in one day. It would seem that Mitt Romney's recent decision to forego a third pass at the White House is the most likely cause. Today's press conferences in Harrisonburg, Virginia, ran in quick succession. The early frontrunner, Jeb Bush, kicked off the announcements. However, Scott Walker looks to be tough competition and has been gaining ground thanks to a recent tide of momentum. He was asked a slew of difficult questions from the media, including one on his ideas for foreign policy.
Harry Zahn, NBC. On ABC's This Week, you announced that, quote, people want new, fresh leadership with big, bold ideas and the courage to act on it, end quote. What are some of your big, bold ideas regarding foreign policy?
Just the other day, I actually said that I believe America needs to be the first country to put boots on the ground to deal with ISIS. I do not believe in a full-scale war as we have been in since 2002. However, I do believe that that area of the world does need help, and America is the country that can lead that action.
Governor Walker's assertion that we need to put boots on the ground to combat ISIS does not fit his own criteria, being neither a new nor a bold idea. When questioned about his role in the 2013 government shutdown, Senator Ted Cruz shirked responsibility and pointed fingers at Democrats in his typical fashion.
The sad part is that they see me as the source of the gridlock, and not the inability of the Democratic Party to see past their own political agenda and move forward for what's best for the American people.
Senator Rand Paul was asked about how he could appeal to Republican voters on social issues, since he's been labeled a libertarian by many. Senator Paul rejects the label of libertarianism while simultaneously campaigning on greater liberty in every aspect.
I'm in favor of greater liberty in all spheres of life. I'm in favor of greater economic liberty. I'm in favor of greater personal liberty. I'm in favor of expanding the realm of the individual versus the realm of the government.
Governor Chris Christie lambasted a reporter who asked a question that tied the governor to the Bridgegate scandal of 2013. Immediately after, he was asked if his outspoken and brash demeanor could possibly turn off primary voters.
Listen, I'm a sincere guy. You will never doubt what's on Chris Christie's mind, and you know what? If the truth hurts, you know what? All I would say is sorry. I mean, the truth hurts, and you need a leader that will not be afraid to say what it needs to be said. So I'll be straightforward with the American people, and they can bet on that.
Major press conferences happened today, big developments with the questions. NBC got to speak with the staff of Governor Jeb Bush after the press conference regarding his statements on gay marriage, foreign policy, and his opponents for 2016. Gay marriage, especially the extreme cases comment was noteworthy, so I just wondering if you can clarify his stance on that.
Most of all, he believes it should be up to each state to make the decision. He didn't believe, as governor of Texas, that it was the best decision for Texas. And with their views, he agreed with them, and he thought that, yes, we should respect them, but here in this state, it's not for us.
Who do you see as the most challenging opponent who announced today?
I'd say Chris Christie because of the donor base. We already have a strong Bush donor base, so although he could be some sort of competition, we don't see it as that much of a threat.
With Mitt Romney officially out of the equation, Jeb Bush seems to be the apparent frontrunner. And if Chris Christie's poll numbers continue to decline, especially his head-to-head numbers against Hillary Clinton, it's hard to see a Republican rationale for choosing him, given his moderate views and the nature of Republican primaries. There were no surprises from Rand Paul and Ted Cruz at their respective press conferences. However, Scott Walker's remarks regarding foreign policy beg the question, does he have the foreign policy credentials to be a serious candidate? There's still a lot of time between now and 2016, and as usual, anything can happen. For NBC, I'm Harry Zahn.